student.
Good afternoon, sir.
The topic for us today is nutrition. Is what?
Nutrition.
Now, under nutrition, we'll look at the following subtopic under nutrition. We'll talk about the definition of nutrition. The definition of nutrition. We'll talk about types of nutrition. Types of nutrition. Under the type, we'll look at photosynthesis. Then we'll look at other types, heterotrophic nutrition. Trophic nutrition. Now, the word nutrition is not new to you. We all know nutrition as the ability of an organism to derive nutrients or to feed. Now, every living organism can survive with energy, and the energy is gotten from what? Food. So the ability of an organism to derive that food is referred to as what? Nutrition. Is referred to as what? Nutrition. So, what is nutrition? What is nutrition? What is nutrition? So nutrition is defined as the ability of an organism to feed or to derive what? Food. It's defined as what? Ability of an organism to feed or to derive what? Food. Ability of an organism to feed or to derive nutrient or food. To derive nutrient or food. Now, because we have so many types of living organisms, so we have types of what? Nutrition. Are you getting me now? The way a living organism derive food is different. So because of that, we have types of what? Nutrition. We have what? Types of what? Nutrition. And there are two main types of nutrition. There are two main types of nutrition. The first type is called autotrophic nutrition. It's called what?
Autotrophic nutrition.
Autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. And the second type is called heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Now, let's look at it one after the other. The first one, autotrophic nutrition. Now, the word autotrophic nutrition is derived from two words. Auto and trophos. Auto and what? Trophos. The word auto means self. It means what? Self. Trophos means nutrient. It means what? Nutrient. So, autotrophic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which organism derive their own food. Organisms derive their own what? Food. They have the ability to manufacture their own food. They have what? The ability to manufacture their own food. Do you understand that? Yes. Now, they do so using inorganic what? Materials. Are you getting me now? For instance, organisms that carry out this type of nutrition are referred to as autotrophs. They are referred to as what? Autotrophs. They are referred to as what? Autotrophs. So we can also define autotrophic nutrition as a type of nutrition in which autotrophs manufacture their own food. You understand that? In which autotrophs manufacture their own food. So under autotrophic nutrition, we have two types again. Under autotrophic nutrition, we have autotrophic nutrition. We have two types again. We have holophytic nutrition. Holophytic nutrition. And we have what? Chemosynthetic nutrition. we have Holophytic Nutrition, and we have what? Chemosynthetic Nutrition. Note, these two types of nutrition is under what? Autotrophic. An organism that carry out this nutrition is called what? Autotrophs. So organisms under holophytic and chemosynthetic, they are all referred to as what? Autotrophs. Do you understand that? Don't forget, autotrophic nutrition simply means self-nutrient. The type of nutrition in which an organism have ability to derive their own food. Are you getting me now? Or to manufacture their own food. Do you understand that? Now, the first one is called holophytic. This holophytic is also called photosynthetic nutrition. It's also called what? Photosynthetic nutrition. It's also called photosynthetic what? Nutrition. Do you understand that? Now, let's look at it one after the other. The first one, photosynthetic what? Nutrition. Photosynthetic nutrition. Now, this is the type of nutrition in which green plants manufacture their food using inorganic substances in the presence of sunlight. I repeat, photosynthetic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which green plants manufacture their own food using inorganic substances in the presence of what? Sunlight. Are you getting me now? Now, this type of nutrition is carried out by green plants. By what? Green plants. By green plants. So we can also call green plants what? Autotrophs. Example of what? Autotrophs. Do you understand that? Because autotrophs are organisms that carry out what? Autotrophic what? Nutrition. And the type of autotrophic nutrition is what? We have holophytic or photosynthetic or what? Chemosynthetic nutrition. Did you understand that? So under photosynthetic nutrition is defined as a nutrition in which an organism, which is what? Green plant, manufacture their own food using inorganic substances in the presence of what? Sunlight. Are you getting me now? So under this, there are some terms that is very, very important. Number one, the green plant need what? Inorganic what? Substances. They need what? Inorganic substances. Number two, they need what? Sunlight. They need what? Sunlight. And also, they need what? Chlorophyll. A green pigment called what? Chlorophyll. So let's take a look at these three important what? Factor. Now, the first one is what? Inorganic substances. You understand that the raw materials needed by green plant to manufacture their own food. And what are the two major raw materials needed by green plant? They are what? Water and carbon dioxide. They are what? Water and carbon dioxide. Do you understand that? Why do green plant need what? Sunlight. They need sunlight because from sunlight they can derive their solar what? Energy. Their what? Solar energy. Are you getting me now? Why do green plants use this chlorophyll? They need that because the chlorophyll will help them to trap the what? To trap the what? Solar energy. To do what? To trap the solar what? Energy. Are you getting me now? So let's look at it together now. Photosynthetic nutrition, I said, is a type of nutrition in which green plants manufacture their food using what? Inorganic substances in the presence of what? Sunlight. So the equation for this nutrition is carbon dioxide plus water. Are you getting me now? These two combine together in the presence of what? Sunlight. Presence of what? Sunlight. Why do we need sunlight? Because from sunlight we can derive our what? Solar energy. Are you getting me now? And solar energy is trapped from sunlight by what? By green pigment called what? Chlorophyll. Called what? Chlorophyll. So when plants combine these two together in the presence of sunlight, which is trapped by chlorophyll, we have the production of what? Food. And byproduct of what? Oxygen. Do you understand that? So this is the food produced by green plant. By what? Green plant. Do you understand that? So the process of this production of food is referred to as photosynthesis. It's referred to as what? Photosynthesis. That's the reason why photosynthesis is defined as the manufacture of what? Food using water, carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight, which is trapped by what? Chlorophyll. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Also, this process involves 2 stages. How many stages?
2 stages.
How many stages?
2 stages.
The first one is referred to as light stage of photosynthesis, and the second one is referred to as what? Dark stage of what? Photosynthesis. Do you understand that? So let me quickly summarize these 2 stages. The first one, light stage of what? Photosynthesis. Light stage of photosynthesis. Now this occurs during the day in the presence of what? Sunlight. It occurs when? It occurs during the day in the presence of what? Sunlight. And it involves photolysis of what? Water by solar energy. It involves what? Photolysis of water by solar what? Energy. What is the meaning of photolysis of water? It means breaking down of water in the presence of what? Energy. Do you understand that? This is the reaction for it. H2O, 4 molecules of H2O is dissociated into 4 hydrogen ion plus 4 hydroxy ion. This occurs during the day. Are you getting me now? It occurs during the what? Day. Do you understand that? So the light reaction, the dark stage, it occurs in the night. It occurs in the what? Night. In the absence of what? Sunlight. Are you getting me now? So after photosynthesis has taken place during the day, are you getting me now? The sunlight will split the water molecule into hydrogen ion and what? Hydroxide ion. Are you getting me now? So the hydroxide ion will undergo further reaction to form water and 2 molecules of water and oxygen gas. Why this hydrogen ion will be picked up by an enzyme or a carrier? We call it what? NADP. Nicotinamide adenine diphosphate. Are you getting me now? So this enzyme will pick up the hydrogen ion and bring it to what? To dark phase. To what? Dark phase. So in dark phase, this is what happens. Carbon dioxide will now react with what? With that 4 hydrogen ion to form CH2O plus H2O. Do you understand that? And this is the food manufactured by green plants. Did you understand that? Did you understand that? So, in photosynthesis, the material needed in photosynthesis are what? Carbon dioxide, which is used in the dark phase. Are you getting me now? Water, which produce what? Hydrogen ion. Do you understand that? We need sunlight. From sunlight, we can get our what? Solar energy. Then we need what? Chlorophyll, which we use to trap the solar energy. Did you understand that? So that is that about photosynthesis. So let's go to the second type of what? Autotrophic nutrition. We call it what? Chemosynthetic. Chemosynthetic nutrition. Now, unlike the first one, photosynthetic nutrition, that plants make use of what? Sunlight to get the what? Energy. Under chemosynthetic nutrition, the energy used is from what? Inorganic substance. It's from what? Inorganic substance. Are you getting me now? Chemical energy used from what? Inorganic substance. Are you getting me now? So, chemosynthetic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which organisms, we call those organisms chemo-autotrophs. We call them what? Chemo-autotrophs. We call them chemo-autotrophs. Autotrophs because they can manufacture their own food. Chemo because they use chemical energy to manufacture that word, food. Are you getting me now? So it is type of nutrition in which organisms called chemo-autotrophs manufacture their food using energy from inorganic substances. Using energy from what? Inorganic what? Substances. So example of that chemo-autotrophs are bacteria. They are what? Bacteria. So example of chemo-autotrophs, they are what? Bacteria. So 2 examples of autotrophs are green plant and what? Bacteria. Are you getting me now? Majority of students believe that autotrophs are majorly what? Green plant. Are you getting me now? But we have other examples of what? Autotrophs. which is what? This chemo autotrophs. Example is what? Bacteria. Did you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that? So let's go to the second type of what? Nutrition, which we all know as what? Heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Now, under this nutrition, organisms cannot manufacture their own food. Organisms cannot do what? Manufacture their own food. They depend on the food manufactured by what? Autotroph. Now, the word heterotrophic is derived from two words. Hetero. Trophos. Hetero means depend. It means what? Depend. Trophos means what? Nutrient. Means what? Nutrient. They depend on nutrient. Don't forget, auto means what? Self. Trophos means what? Nutrient. Self-nutrient. They have ability to manufacture their own food. But heterotrophic nutrition, the organisms that carry it out cannot manufacture their own food. So they depend on autotroph or depend on food. Are you getting me now? So under heterotrophic nutrition, we have 5 subdivisions. And the first one is called Holozoic. It's called what? Holozoic nutrition. We have Parasitic Nutrition. We have Saprophytic Nutrition. We have Symbiotic Nutrition. And the last one, we have Insectivorous or carnivorous plant. Insectivorous or carnivorous what? Plant. So these are the what? 5 subtypes of heterotrophic nutrition. If autotrophs can manufacture their own food, what happened to heterotrophs? They cannot manufacture their own food. So they are dependent. Are you getting me now? They depend on the food manufactured by what? Autotrophs. So we're going to look at this type one after the other. Now the first one is what? Holozoic. Is what? Holozoic. Now this is a type of nutrition in which organisms feed on solid organic materials. They feed on what? Solid organic materials. They feed on what? Solid organic materials. They do so by ingesting the materials. The materials will undergo digestion, and the body will assimilate the digested part of the word materials. Are you getting me now? So the digestion in Holozoic nutrition is intracellular. Is what? Intracellular. Is what? Intracellular. It occurs inside the word body. Intracellular digestion. So I repeat, Holozoic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which organisms feed on solid organic materials, and they do so by ingesting the materials. The material will undergo what? Digestion, and the digested part will be assimilated into the what? Body. Do you understand that? So we have 4 different types of organisms that carry out Holozoic nutrition. The first type is called herbivores. They are called what? Herbivores. The first type of organism that carry out Holozoic nutrition, we have herbivores. We have what? Herbivores. The second one, we have what? Carnivores. Carnivores. We have omnivores. And we have scavengers. And we have what? Scavengers. Now, what are herbivores? Herbivores are heterotrophs that feed on only plants. Only what? Plants. Only what? Plants. They are heterotrophs, but they feed on only what? Plants. Are you getting me now? Example. Who can give me an example of herbivores? Animals that feed on only plants. We have goats. We have goat. We have cow. We have sheep, etc. Do you understand that? Now, the second one, carnivores. What are carnivores? Carnivores are heterotrophs that feed on only what? Flesh. Only what? Flesh. And examples are, we have lion, we have dog, we have cat, etc. Do you understand that? Then omnivores are heterotrophs that feed on both plants and what? Flesh. Both what? Plants and what? Flesh. Example, we have man, we have rats, we have monkeys, etc. Then the last type, scavengers, they feed on dead and decaying animal. They feed on what? Dead and decaying what? Animal. A good example is our what? Vulture. Is our what? Vulture. So these four sets of organisms carry out what? Holozoic nutrition. They carry out what? Holozoic nutrition. And don't forget, Holozoic nutrition is under heterotrophic, the type of nutrition in which the organism depends on what? On plant, either directly or indirectly. Did you understand that? Now, the second one, parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition. Now, under this nutrition, this is type of nutrition in which it involves two organisms. How many organisms? Two organisms called host and parasite. Host and what? Parasite. So it is type of nutrition in which the parasite feeds on the what? Host. After which the parasite gain and the host what? Lose. After which the parasite do what? Gain and the host what? Lose. Are you getting me now? It is type of nutrition in which the parasite feed and derive nutrient from the what? Host. After which the parasite will gain and the host will do what? Lose. Do you understand that? Now, we have different type of parasites. There are three types of parasites. We have ectoparasites, we have endoparasites, and we have plant parasites. We have plant parasites. Now, quickly, what are ectoparasites? They are parasites that live outside the body of the host. They are parasites that do what? Live outside the body of the host. Example, mosquito and man. Mosquito is an example of that parasite. Mosquito. And the host is what? Man. And the host is what? Man. This is an example of what? Ectoparasite. You understand that? Then endoparasite. The word endo means inside. The type of parasite that live inside the body of the what? Host. Live permanently inside the body of the what? Host. Example is our what? Tapeworm and man. Tapeworm and what? Man. Now we all know tapeworm is an endoparasite. It is found living in the small intestine of what? Man, which is the what? Host. And feed on already digested food. Do you understand that? Although it is not all tapeworm that live in the intestine of what? Man, we have two type of tapeworm. We have Tania solium and Tania saginata. That is the topic for another day. Then the last one is what? Plant parasite. The parasite that live and feed on top of another what? Plant. A good example is our what? Mist tutu. There is a plant called mist tutu. Is a plant what? Parasite. Did you understand? Did you understand? Yes, so parasitic nutrition involves two what? Organisms. Host and what? Parasite. Parasite feed and derive nutrients from the host, after which the parasite will gain and the host will do what? Lose. Now the third one is what? Saprophytic nutrition. It's saprophytic what? Nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition. I'll round up now. Saprophytic nutrition. Now, this is the type of nutrition in which an organism feed on solid, dead, and decaying organic matter. They feed on what? Solid, dead, and decaying organic what? Matter. Now, when you hear the word organic material are material or substance that contain carbon, hydrogen, and what? Oxygen. Are you getting me now? Most of the food that we are feeding on, they are all organic what? Materials. Are you getting me now? So when an organism is now feeding on that dead and decaying solid organic what? Material, we call such organism, we said such organisms undergo saprophytic what? Nutrition. A good example is our what? Fungi. Our what? Fungi. An example of that fungi, we have mucormucado. We have what? Mucormucado. How many of you have seen mucor? You've seen mucormucado before now. The organism that you see growing on top of decaying bread, or on top of decaying eba. Are you getting me now? That organism is mucormucado. The eba is the solid organic material that is undergoing what? Decaying. Are you getting me now? So unlike this holophytic nutrition that carry out intracellular digestion occur inside the body of the animal, this one carry out extracellular digestion. It occurs outside the body of the organism. Are you getting me now? So they only consume the digested part of the food after pouring out their saliva on top of the food. Are you getting me now? So the digested part of the food is what they will feed on. Another example is our common word, mushroom, and so on and so forth. The next one quickly is what? Symbiotic nutrition. Is what? Symbiotic nutrition. Now, in this nutrition, there are two organisms involved in this type of nutrition. Are you getting me now? But both organisms are referred to as symbiotes. They are referred to as what? Symbiotes. So in this type of organism, both help themselves. You understand? They benefit from each other. None of them lose from that word, nutrition. Are you getting? Both organisms that are called symbiotes, they both benefit from what? The nutrition. Are you getting me now? Example. So you define as type of nutrition in which an organism called symbiote benefit from each other. Are you getting me now? Example is algae and fungi. Algae and fungi combine in what we call lichen. You also call this word crustose lichen. Are you getting me now? Both of them are living together in form of what? Lichen. So the algae will help to manufacture food through what? Photosynthesis. While the fungi will help in generating nitrogenous what? Substance. So they benefit from each other. Are you getting me now? Another example, let me give you one more example. Sea animal and hermit crab. This is another example of what? Symbiotic what? Nutrition. Now the last one is what? Insectivorous. Now we all know that insect is an example of what? An animal. But there are some insects that are being eaten by what? Plant. Are you getting me now? Those plants are green plants. They can manufacture their own food. At the same time, they feed on insects also. Are you getting me now? And the reason why they are feeding on that insect is to consume the nitrogenous nutrient of that insect. Are you getting me now? So any plant that feed on insect in order to consume their nitrogenous substance, we call such plant what? Insectivorous or carnivorous plant. Or what? Carnivorous plant. Carnivorous plant. Are you getting me now? A good example, we have pitcher, we have sundew, we have bladderwort, and so on and so forth. Are you getting me now? Now, there is one particular characteristic of this insect. They manufacture their own food. We can also refer to them as what? Autotrophs. Are you getting me now? But at the same time, they will now set up a trap. Are you getting me now? They are equipped with so many traps. So when they set up the trap, immediately the insect enter the trap, they will kill the insect, squeeze his body to derive his what? His nitrogenous substance or nutrient. So these are what we okay. Any question or questions? Okay, in the absence of no question, we're going to continue from the next class. Thank you.